Well, what a year 2020 was. An unpredictable mortgage market, rules changing all the time. So what's in store for us in 2021? In this video, I discuss the mortgage lender's approach so far and the expectations moving forwards. Let's get into it. What's up, Alex Kerr from Mortgage Chain, and on this channel we provide the best tools and tips to first-time buyers. If we're meeting for the first time, please consider subscribing. Let's jump into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is 90% mortgages with a 10% deposit. This market is recovering on a daily basis. More and more lenders are coming back to the marketplace with 90% deals. This is fantastic news, and the mortgage product will stay around, meaning we're towards the end of 2020 when a mortgage lender brought a 90% deal out, you had to get it tied up within a matter of days. The good news is that they're back and they're here to stay. 95% mortgages. So what is happening to this market? A few weeks ago I did a video about 95% mortgages and specifically the government's pledge. Ministers are still in discussions, and I expect once the stamp duty and once the previous Help to Buy scheme is out the way, come spring, we should know where we stand. However, there are a couple of options now for 95% mortgages. If your parents can be a guarantor, that is one option. And secondly, there is now a mortgage lender offering 90% mortgage who will also allow you to get a 5% deposit as a personal loan. So as long as you fit affordability, you can have a 5% deposit from savings or a gift, 5% from a personal loan, and get a 90% mortgage. That has just come out to the market. If that's something you're looking to take advantage with, just get in touch via our inquiry form in the comments. Help to Buy 2021. I did a full video on this, and I've linked it in the comments below. But basically, applications open for the new Help to Buy scheme on the 16th of December, and that will all kick off from the 1st of April 2021, which when the previous scheme ends at the end of March. There are regional price caps, dependent on the area where you're buying, on the purchase price, the maximum purchase price you can buy, and you must be a first-time buyer. Shared ownership 2021. So we will be doing a full video on this, but to give you an idea, there is a big government reform going on within the sector called the Affordable Homes Programme. This will allow you to purchase shared ownership properties with just a 10% share and then purchase further shares at 1% increments. Government's also promised to discount fees when buying extra shares. And it also looks very likely that the maintenance will now be the responsibility of the managing agent and not the resident. As soon as this comes out, we will do a full video. Property prices. So what is going to happen to property prices moving forward? Obviously, the market we're in has been manufactured by stamp duty holidays, by furlough payments, grants, bounce back loans. It's been the glue that's gluing everything together in the property market. And it's why we had such an increase in demand, and that brought property prices up as well during a pandemic. Very strange set of circumstances. I do expect that to slow down moving forward. Property prices could decrease. It's very difficult to tell and a much harder market to predict. However, if you're thinking of buying your first home at the moment, I always say if you've got an opportunity to get onto the ladder, take it. And in the long run, property always delivers. So if you bought a property today, it went down in value next week, I wouldn't be overly concerned, because I'd rather be a homeowner than renting. Because you're on the ladder, you own the home, you can do what you want to it, and in time, it will always increase. That's based on factual property market data. Mortgage lender service levels. So during the pandemic, these have been hugely affected. Staff numbers have been reduced, staff have been working from home, and therefore the service has been affected. This is linked to lockdown. Once the vaccines are rolled out, once lockdown's finished completely, service levels will return back to normal. But I think for now, we're still going to be a bit on the slow side. So if you're buying a property in 2021, these are my tips. Set the right expectations. Now, what I mean by that is the average transaction for a property at the moment is around 4 months. Now, if you don't tell the seller, and if you don't tell your solicitor, and you don't tell the agent that everything's likely going to take 4 months, you're going to be under pressure from the word go. It's always better to overdo the time it will take. So if you're buying a new build, so buying a property which needs a really quick turnaround in this market as a first-time buyer, I'd approach that with caution, because most lenders are going to be pretty slow. Just remember to set the level of expectation. When your mortgage is in with a lender being assessed, there's likely going to be lots of back and forwards. New documents requested, taking a while to get looked at. And a lot of the time, it will take longer than the lender's promised. Just set those expectation levels from the outset. Proof of deposit, that is really important and really key. If you've been saving for a property, the simplest way to do it is just to save money from your income into your bank account. Nice and easy to prove. If you've got money and you're investing it left, right and centre in stocks and shares and investments in other countries, to use that as proof of deposit for buying a property in the UK, it's going to be hard to tie all those statements together and get all the evidence. Try, if you can, to keep proof of deposit simple. And if you're getting a gifted deposit from a family member, make sure they can prove it and they're willing to give bank statements as well. If they're not, don't take the gifted deposit because the lender won't accept it. So if you're on a Tier 2 visa, this is very common at the moment. Get a lot of inquiries for this type of transaction. You're going to need to be in the UK for at least 2 years. Now, there are some high street lenders that will help with a 10% deposit. If you've got any adverse credit, there's not as many lenders that will help with a Tier 2 visa. And lastly, guarantor mortgages have really come on in the last few years. There's lots of different options, lots of different ways now that family members can help you get on the property ladder. And some of those options, they do not need to give any money or gifted deposits. So consider that option as well. Today's question, are you looking to buy your property in 2021? Let me know in the comments. So please note, we are obliged to tell you that your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. So thanks for checking out today's video. Please do check out the show notes for a recap and ring the bell to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Till next time, Mortgage Shane are bringing you the best tools and tips to first-time buyers. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you in the next one.
Highly emotional, baby. Highly emotional, baby. Highly emotional, baby. Don't take it personally.